An amazing sight lit up and roared in the Utah desert. Take a look at this. Alliant Tech Systems test-fired a reusable solid rocket motor. This is the type that's used to launch the space shuttle. The rocket spewed a huge stream of fire and smoke. Dozens of kids and kids at heart watched and listened. You can almost feel it from here, Robert. The power of the rocket at full throttle. The booster rocket generates an average of 2.6 million pounds of thrust, and that compares to 12 jumbo jets running at full throttle.
You know what I hear when I see that the calls going in the newsrooms out there? There's a huge ball of smoke out in the sky.
Something's happening, yeah. Luckily, it was way out in the desert where most people weren't going to be seeing it, but that is pretty incredible.
Really?
Hey, we want to say congratulations to Jerry Anderson's daughter, Jessica. She's getting married tomorrow, which is why Jerry isn't here with us tonight. So congratulations, and you know what time it is now.
Yes, big
Board Friday.
Go get him, Dan.
Go, Dan. We'll see you again on Monday.
Do you know what time it is? This is our Big Board Friday!
And now, from WTOL News 11, it's Big Board Friday with more action, more highlights, and more scores from around the leagues. Sponsored by BGSU, BG&U, changing the world by degrees. By the National Electrical Contractors Association. Call 1-866-ASK-NECA. By Buckeye Cable System. Order a VIP bundle and start paying less for your phone. By Fifth Third Bank. Here today, here to stay. And by the nationwide insurance agents of Northwest Ohio. Now, with tonight's highlights, here is Dan Cummins.
It is Big Board Friday. This is going to be a lot of fun. Playoff time. We have highlights from 9 games. And remember, half the field plays on Saturday. Division I, Whitmer, Perrysburg, and St. John's will have those games tomorrow night. We'll begin with Division II in a rematch of last year. Piqua, Central Catholic. Irish bounced first round last November. Central Catholic gives up a quick touchdown first quarter. Justin Hem, he gave Central trouble last year. This time he throws deep, a 66-yard scoring play. It's 7-0 Indians. Now the Irish on offense, they can tie it. Tyler Kleberger to Peter Linder. He's open. Great play at the last second on defense there. Central would kick a field goal eventually. They're down 7-3. Second half, Piqua strikes again. So wary of Clem. Handoff, there's another touchdown. Irish defense steps up in the second half. Look at the pass tipped by Dante Johnson. Right to Cedric Boyer. That's a touchdown. All of a sudden it's 14-9. But Piqua would score again to seal the deal, and Piqua would knock out Central. The final score was 21-9 at the Gallagher.
We had a lot of problems with penalties tonight, too. You know, we did some good things. We just didn't finish. I'm proud of our guys, the City League champions. Came up a little short tonight, but they've kept the bar high here for our football program, and hopefully the young guys continue.
Yeah, they were tough last year. They were tough this year, and hopefully they go on to win state. And best of luck to them.
Well, it's too bad because a win by Central Catholic could have set up a second-round game with Southview next week if they could win. Cougars are Northern Lakes League champs. Here comes Lexington to Sylvania. And 7-year-old Aaron Mills doing a cheer for Big Board Friday. Right after a Lexington score, Barry Ellison takes the rock, just goes all the way to the house. A 72-yard touchdown, and we are tied at 7-all. From there, it turned into the Griff Whalen show. Breaks this one off for a 53-yard scamper. Here he is. A few plays later, Whalen powers it in, gives the Cougars a lead 14-7. Griff would do it again on the 4th to put the game on ice from a few yards out, makes it 21-7. Whalen had 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Cougars win 28-13. Division III, Rossford Bulldogs happy to sneak into the playoffs, but their reward as number 8 seed is to play at number 1 Big Walnut down by Columbus. Now, early on, Big Walnut living up to their number 1 seed expectations. Take it in for a touchdown. Just a bad night for Rossford. Quarterback Zach Sutter falls down. This pretty much summed it up for the Bulldogs. Later on, pass to Zane Hoover for a nice gain, but it wasn't enough. Big Walnut cracks Rossford. The final was 35-2. Napoleon Wildcats were champs of the Greater Buckeye, a 9-1 record. Their number 2 seed in the regional at home against Urbana. Napoleon fans have been waiting for this game all week long. First quarter, Jason Brown takes it in for a 2-yard score. Wildcats are up by a score of 7-0. Napoleon would strike again. Andrew Keller finds Mike Hesselschwartz for a 24-yard touchdown. It's 14-0 Napoleon. Wildcat students are pumped. Keller and company's on the attack again. This time he finds tight end Nick Wagner for a 9-yard strike. Wildcats are running away. And the Napoleon fans are again stoked. Look for Connor Payne. This time he'll rumble 63 yards. Breaking tackles. Nobody comes close to touching him. Napoleon wins it by a score of 48-6. How about Napoleon and Clyde next week? The Flyers had to get by unbeaten Tippecanoe down by Dayton. Flyer fans getting there with face paint. With the hard hit, Clyde's Denny Michaels causes the fumble. Recovers the fumble. They take it over in Tip City territory. Then quarterback Alex Gillette would look down right side and connect with Justin Cook for the score. Then in the second quarter, Tip City, picked by Darren Paul, returned into Tippecanoe territory to set up another score. Another Gillette touchdown pass to Eric Thurn. Clyde gets the win, setting up the matchup with the Cats, and they win handily tonight down at Tippecanoe. Okay, we're going to take a commercial break right here. That takes care of Division 2 and 3. Division 5 is next. How is this for a rivalry? Liberty Center and Patrick Henry. Those highlights coming up on Big Board Friday. Welcome back. A final score in that Clyde game was 41-7. Now, one of the top stories of the night, Southview Cougars in the first round of the playoffs. Remember, they lost the first round the last 2 years. They win tonight. And after the game, here were some comments by the Cougars.
No more one and done, one and fun. One and fun. I'm proud of our defense. I'm proud of our defense. They thought they could play smash mouth, and they have. I'm feeling great right now. The first playoff game I won, and I'm just real excited. I just play wherever I can, as hard as I can, the whole game. I just love playing.
Congratulations to the Cougars. They will end up playing Piqua, and they are tough. I saw Piqua play Central tonight. They're very, very tough, but that's your second round matchup next Friday night. Now, earlier in the year, Patrick Henry beat Liberty Center 21-8. Imagine their surprise when the pairings came out. Here we go again, the rematch tonight. First round of the playoffs at Patrick Henry. It's a family affair. Denton Saunders, sister Callahan is twirler for Liberty. It is 7-0 PH first quarter. Drew Cusel breaks 3 tackles. Look at him for a 21-yard score. It's 14-0 Patrick Henry. 4th and 11, Tom Bush. 21 yards is Zach Botcher. Sets up a 21-yard score. It's 21-0 Patriots. Before the half, Gary Cole going up the middle. A 35-yard TD for Patrick Henry. 28-0 PH. Third quarter, more of the same. Tom Bush, 41-yard run. Let me just tell you, Patrick Henry won by a lot tonight. 50-6. Here's Gary Sensenstein with more. Okay, now, from the NWL, another rival, Archbold is in a separate bracket in Division 5. And boy, here's a tall order. Blue Streak's down in Liberty Benton. Eagles are number 2 seed. Katie Glick getting the groove on for LB Band. Eagles would help her along when Aaron Kraft hits Justin Hyde. He has it the 1 and fumbles out of bounds. That sets up Kraft on the quarterback sneak at 7-0 LB. Then in the next Blue Streak drive, Gene Goring is picked off by Justin Hyde. He takes it all the way back. This one's getting out of hand quickly. 14-0 Eagles, and it's still early in the game. Liberty Benton would then have a hit parade. Watch number 83. That gives Perry Kramer the corner. He gets 7 more. Liberty Benton the route 45-13. Last week, Tenora beat Fairview at Fairview. How's this? Tenora at Fairview first round. Little Emily giving Fairview players high fives. Good luck. First quarter, Tenora strikes first. Landon Drew rolls right, throws left. Deep in the end zone for Garrett Schaefer. Rams up 7-zip. Fairview's Ryan Radcliffe bounces back of this bang pass end zone to John Elkinger. Still in the first. Handoff to Tenora's Blake Thor end around, and he high steps it in. Rams are in the lead. Just before half, Radcliffe, a 20-yarder to Ben Wonderly, takes a pounding and hangs on. Tenora wins again, back-to-back weeks, 45-42. Fairview would tie at 42-all, but Tenora wins on a field goal with no time left, and they move on. Archbold, LB, Benton, Tenora, Fairview, next Friday in the second round. And I'll tell you what, Big Board Friday's covering all those games next week. One more game to show you, second round in Michigan, Monroe, SMCC at Blissfield. And welcome back. We go to the Michigan State playoffs. The Blissfield Royals beat Hudson last week, earned the right to play Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central. St. Mary's has beaten the Royals 3 times in a row. Could they do it again? We go to the second quarter. Game is tied at 7. St. Mary's quarterback Kurt Lehman heaves a pass to his receiver Todd Walters, but Walters would drop the ball. Later in the second, St. Mary's knocking on the door, and they would get 6. Running back Brandon Jacoury goes in from 3 yards out. St. Mary's leads at that point 13-7. But Blissfield won the game late. The final was 20-19. The Royals snapped their 3-game loss to the Falcons. Now, when Perrysburg plays Nordonia on Saturday in the first round of the playoffs, it'll be a first for the Jackets. And while they're happy to be in the playoffs for the first time ever, they expect to win as well. Gary Sensenstein with a story in tonight's Football Pro.
It was a Kodak moment for Perrysburg fans.
Nobody's ever done what you guys did. Be proud. You're going to the playoffs.
A tape they can play for their grandkids when they're older. But the moment was gone by Monday.
Gets good height and good distance on it. We got to catch the ball.
Reality had set in. It was time to watch film and get ready for a playoff game.
We're in, we get to keep playing, and the thing we keep preaching to the kids is the more you win, the more we get to enjoy this and stay together.
Kriegel has enjoyed this kind of stuff before. But it's a different feeling when you do it as a coach.
And you kind of put your own stamp on it. It's your offense, your defense. You know, you run everything. So as a coach, when it works, it feels good because you've got your hands in everything.
Make no mistake about it, Kriegel has changed the face of Perrysburg football.
The way we work now, how much emotion this team has, it's just been great. We've never had that before at Perrysburg, I don't think.
An emotion that found its voice at Bowling Green. Now singing victory tunes as head coach of the Jackets. From Perrysburg, I'm Gary Sensenstein, News 11.
Thanks, Gary. One more timeout. We'll see you just in a minute on Big Board Friday. Welcome back. Big win for Patrick Henry tonight. They racked up 50 points against Liberty Center. Gary Sensenstein covered the game and has a post-game report.
Thanks, Dan. The last time PH played Liberty Center over at Liberty, they put the ball on the ground 6 times. Tonight, they couldn't stop putting the ball in the end zone. It was already 42-0. Patrick Henry after 3 quarters, and they just rolled from there. You really wanted to turn it around and make up for last week, didn't you?
Yeah, we were down, but, we didn't hold our heads down, We came back, we knew what we had to do. We really wanted to beat these guys, especially for a second time this year. It's a sweet feeling.
We were very worried how our kids would respond. They were really down Saturday after the Wauseon game, but we had a tremendous week of practice. The coaches were upbeat, and I think some of that had to do with playing our arch rival Liberty. And I know they're the same way. It's exciting to play each other.
All right, BG Akron highlight this November means a stretch of 4 more games ending with Toledo. Here's Akron tonight. Tyler Sheehan looking really good and deep for Marcus Parks, a touchdown. Falcons defense. P.J. Mahone picks it off. He goes all the way back. Falcons a winner by a score of 44-20. Lots of college football coming up tomorrow. BG, of course, is done. The Buckeyes play Wisconsin. We'll see you. Thanks for watching Big Board Friday.
More people get their news from WTOL News 11 than all other stations combined. Thank you for watching.
In just 2 days, the new Amazing Race premieres CBS Sunday after 60 minutes.
From New York, the